Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at Control Demon Hunter. Control Demon Hunter has become the most popular Demon Hunter archetype, especially in higher ranks, although I'm not sure if that's really warranted. The deck does have a fairly decent win rate. Overall, it is very good against aggressive decks. There's a ton of healing, ton of removal in the deck, you're very good at defending yourself, but the deck has 3 bad matchups. And those 3 bad matchups are Bomb Warrior, Libram Paladin, and Guardian Druid. And that's a fairly bad set of bad matchups to have. And then looking at the current meta tyrants, then up against Priest, the deck is roughly even. So, while this is a good deck if you're facing Demon Hunters, you're facing Rogues, yeah, this can get the job done. But if you're facing these more defensive decks, or decks that just put a ton of stats on the board very quickly, then it's a lot more difficult to succeed with this one. The deck basically has 3 win conditions. There is the Sociologist Militia. It has all the Soul Fragment packages in it, so Sociologist Militia, 5/5, board full of 3 trees, depending on the number of Soul Fragments you have in your deck. And yeah, that's a pretty good swing. Then there's Macteridon. Dormant, battlecry, summon 3 1/3 enemy warders. When they die, destroy all minions and awaken. Note that all the warders have to die, so if the opponent is able to transform a warder into something else, then you cannot wake up Macteridon. But you have quite a few ways to wake up Macteridon. First and foremost, the Shardsetter Mystic, the Soul Fragment synergy card that deals 3 damage to all minions. So if you can play Macteridon and then you can play the Mystic, assuming that you have enough space on the opponent's side to summon 3 minions, then those minions will die and all the other minions will die as well. Macteridon will wake up and then Macteridon can start attacking after that. Macteridon is your main win condition against Druid and Warrior. An early Macteridon against Druid, the 12/12 body, it can just kick Druid in the face a lot and hopefully win you the game. And then there is just hitting the opponent in the face. There's a pair of Marrow Slicers in the deck, there's a pair of Aldrachi Warblades in the deck, there's a Chaos Strike, there's some Twin Slices, and there are Soul Shard Lapidaries. Battlecry, destroy a Soul Fragment in your deck to give your hero +5 attack this turn. So simply hitting the opponent in the face is also an effective way to handle things. And all of these attacks and attack buffs also synergize extremely well with Blade Dance, which is your AoE tool. Deals damage to 3 enemy minions, random enemy minions, as much as your hero has attack. So you can build up a huge attack power, 10 or even more, and then if there are only 3 minions on the board, patow, even big ones can die. So your deck consists of ways for you to heal, ways for you to buff attack, ways for you to clear boards, and these 3 ways to damage the opponent. Militia, Macteridon, and just attacking with your face. Then there's also a Lawkeeper Polkelt in this deck, which will arrange your deck. Note that if you shuffle any Soul Fragments into your deck, the deck is rearranged after that. So if you Polkelt and then you get a Marrow Slicer and you play the Marrow Slicer, then after that your deck is going to be rearranged again. So think carefully whether you want the deck to be rearranged again or not. But you get the Polkelt, the first card you will draw will be Militia, and the second card you will draw will be a Skull. So you typically want to play Polkelt, depending on whether Militia and Skull are still in the deck, and depending on whether the opponent has the ability to reshuffle your deck themselves, because if they're like a Bomb Warrior, they just hit you in the face with Range Caliber and your deck is reshuffled and all that effort has gone to waste. But depending on that, you may play Polkelt as early as turn 4, then you draw Militia on 5, and then you draw Skull on 6. But think about when you need those cards, what of those cards have you drawn already, so that you can get a good Skull. Then your Skull is always going to draw both of the Soul Shard Lapidaries if they're still in the deck. They're going to cost 2 at that point, so then you have a way to buff your hero's attack very much in a single turn. And because you want to get those face attack hits in, there's also Kane's Sun Fury in the deck. So you also have an ability to do like Lapidary Kane type of plays after a Skull, so that you can really push damage in, even through taunt minions. Against the more aggressive decks, it's more about your healing capabilities. There's Eye-Beam in the deck, there's Aldrachi Warblades in the deck. So a lifesteal weapon, you can buff the attack of that lifesteal weapon and hit into something and heal up a lot. Note that Blade Dance does not apply the lifesteal effect. Even if you have Warblades equipped and you Blade Dance, it deals only the damage, it doesn't lifesteal. As for the mulligans with this deck, against aggressive decks you're looking for stuff like Spirit Jailer, Soul Share, Shardsetter Mystic. Early Cast that generate soul fragments, deal with some of the early threats, your early AoEPs, you can survive from there. Then if you're up against Druid or Warrior, you want to hold Macteridon in your mulligan, because an early Macteridon is the best way you have to win those matchups. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also support the channel by joining as a paying member here on YouTube or joining as a subscriber on Twitch, where I live stream 6 days a week, so check down below in the description for a link to my Twitch channel if you're interested in that. And now, let's go take a look at Control Demon Hunter in action. Well, I have a skull in outcast position. I think we can go with this. I'm here to the end. Alright, cool. Well, Priest kept everything. Priest, the best class in the game. At least very close. Luckily I don't have a coin that could be Luciad away from me. Because having your coin in Luciad away from you... that hurts. That stuff hurts. No, it's never balanced. It could always be better. Always. The game is never in perfect shape. Really? I guess really. Do I just I-beam that so that I don't miss any damage? Next turn I play the Polkelt. Then I will draw the Soul Geologist naturally. But I can skull the skull and both of the lapidaries. Do I have enough space in hand to do that? I might not. So I need to make some space in hand. Let's make some space in hand. Illusia just kills me. Priest, the most fun class to play against. Yeah. Polkelt. Next turn 6 cards. Skull. What if there's an Apotheosis for this one? Maybe I can afford to wait with the Polkelt. Maybe I need to kill this one to deny Apotheosis. I mean, Priest kept everything, so there should be an Apotheosis in hand when you play against Demon Hunter and you keep everything. But I can just silence that, right? I can't do it next turn though if I Polkelt now. Do I just take the chance? I think I end up just taking the chance here. I can Polkelt next turn, I can silence the Apotheosis away from the Spellkin. Spellkin heals for 5, but only if there is an Apotheosis, which doesn't necessarily exist. Ah, a random Apotheosis. That's the best kind of Apotheosis, isn't it? It's definitely pretty high in the list of good Apotheoses. I'll silence that. I don't absolutely have to Polkelt yet. But there should be another Apotheosis in hand. I think I'm shuffling a little here though. Let's just go for this one now. But that second Apotheosis is going to be too much. I don't think I will be able to handle it. Also, any further renews. 2 random renews already, and a random Apotheosis. And that's even though I killed the Veilweaver immediately. Yeah, it doesn't look too promising. It's time to Polkelt. Then I will draw the Militia next turn. Illusia still wins the game, of course. Excellent, excellent random card. I mean, that Lazul Scheme was also a random card. Very powerful. Next card after Militia is a Skull. I'm fine with that. So here goes Militia with the 4 soul fragments in. I get to kill that one, and I get to kill that one. I need to hit face. But 3 cards left that the priest kept. That's incredibly scary. This is a good breath, and then there will be an apotheosis, right? That has been the expectation anyway the whole time, that there is an apotheosis coming. Move apathy, and then the apotheosis. Yeah. I mean, priest kept everything. Priest had the perfect cards. So this was to be expected.
Alas, poor warlock.
I didn't manage to pick up the Marrow Slicer. Well, priest gets to full then. Can priest transform something? Oh, priest is getting to full.
Vengeance is mine.
Yeah, I guess this will be a loss. I currently don't see the way. There's a chance to get a Shard-Shatter Mystic with a Skull. It's not guaranteed though. There's no reason to heal your face because the Polkelt is healing into full anyway. How can I deal 30 damage? Is the big question here. Shard-Shatter Mystic is not guaranteed from the Skull. But I can play Dance these away. I just don't think I have enough damage left. I just don't think I have enough damage left. Now the deck has been reordered as well. Not that I particularly needed Kane next. I just don't have enough damage. Priest will win. The random apotheosis, 2 random renews. That was just too much. Too many random cards for the priest. Real big. If that's another wave of apathy. Another random... Oh wow. This priest won super big on all the random stuff.
Dance, puppet.
Wow. And I just don't... I mean, priest at 28. I have been pushing in damage and priest is still at 28. I'm not getting anywhere here. I need to do another blade dance here, of course. I need to go face for another 10, but I don't have a way to deal that remaining 18. I'll need to, even if I pick up Metamorphosis, which I do, it still won't be enough. The sole upside is that Priest is in Galakrond form, which means that there might not be much healing left. But there's not a Highlander deck because there were 2 Veil Weavers, so there's still Renew and 2 Penances in the main deck, as well as an Apotheosis. So there's still 4 healing cards left too. The Priest kept winning big on all the discovers. Wow.
I see.
Four cards in Priest's hand, but I mean one of them is going to kill the Macteridon, isn't it? 4 mana. I suppose that's still how we roll. We might also steal the mag.
Time grows short.
Release me, and I will grant you a merciful death.
Well played, hero power, go face.
Job done.
I mean, technically, of course, if there is no answer to Macteridon, then I just win. But I suppose Priest does have an answer to Mag. 5 cards in hand. I've seen both Cabal Acolytes, so Mag is unlikely to be stolen. There could be some Kel'Thuzad play. I'm now a little bit hopeful because Priest is not doing anything. Typically there should be an immediate answer. A third Cobalt Spellkin, which can give Renew or Wave of Apathy. If it fails to give either of those, it's starting to look a little bit interesting. It did give the Priest the third Wave of Apathy. 3 Waves of Apathy. It's pretty good. Is there going to be the second Apotheosis? I don't know, but I need to keep pushing. Don't really have other options here. If there is another Apotheosis, that's one way. That's again one way for the Priest to handle all of this. Okay. Does the Priest have another Apotheosis now, or did the Priest manage to top deck a card that solves Priest's problems? Such as that Aeon Reaver randomly generated. It's not actually good enough. There also has to be the Apotheosis. There is also the Apotheosis. Then I need to skull into Kane and Twin Slice, right? There's only one card that won't be received from this skull. I have 7 damage here, I need another 3.
I grow impatient.
Isn't this actually guaranteed lethal?
Alas,
I think this is actually guaranteed lethal.
many cards left.
Twin Slice. Second Slice. Hero power to the Priest's face. And kill the Priest. Alright, I didn't think that was going to be possible, but apparently it was.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.